Special thanks to Frank Brunsma from Savitar Tennis Center for letting me record this video on their wonderful courts at the Swiss Hotel in Singapore.
Hi, Thomas from fieldtennis.net here. If I do a forehand like this, did I do the whole forehand from start to finish, or did any part of the forehand just happen? Let's say I simulate a serve like this. So, did I do the whole serve, or did any part of the swing just happen? That's the food for thought for today's lesson.
When you want to learn technique from the pros, you may want to copy their movements, their technique. But what if they don't actually do everything you see? What if some parts of the technique just happen because of inertia or relaxation? In that case, you're learning something incorrectly, so you need to be very careful when you're looking to copy stroke technique from the pros.
The best way to explore this idea of what we do and what happens is to start with throws. So if I start with a throw that resembles a forehand a little bit, and it's like this, so try and throw the ball like this, and then ask yourself, which part of the throw did I do and which part of the throw did happen, and how did I do this transition? How did that happen? How long after the release am I still doing something? Are you doing something? Are you releasing completely, and so on? So just try to become more aware. That's what it is. This is awareness exercise. So when you throw the ball, just observe yourself, try and feel what's going on in your arm, which part of the whole swing are you doing, which part happens, and then see if you can apply that to your forehand. So when you hit a forehand, are you really doing the whole forehand until your shoulder or wherever you follow through, wherever you finish, or is there a part where you hit and you release? So if I'm doing this forehand, you might not be able to tell at which part I actually stopped doing something. So, but I did. So as I hit the ball, at some point I stopped doing something, and this part just simply happens. I'm very comfortable in my arm. Now do the same for your serve. Just throw a ball in this way, and then become aware. What are you doing? What happens? When does the inertia take over? Are you allowing the inertia to take over? Are you actually follow through on your left side of the body, or does that happen? Do you really need to be told to follow through on your left side of the body, or is that a very natural thing to happen? And then serve one ball and see if you can apply the same idea. Which part of the serve are you actually doing? Which part of the serve actually happens? So the same applies to the backhand. Maybe just last idea on the volley. Most of the volley we actually do. So there is very little part of the follow-through that might happen. There is a little part of the volley that happens, but actually most of the volley we do. But when it comes to ground strokes and serves, there is much less part of the whole swing that we actually do. So we mostly do the part until the ball, and perhaps a little bit after that, and then we just release. So I think this awareness is very important, so that you don't bother doing the follow-throughs even though the ball is gone a long time ago, and so that you're able to release and actually focus more on what do you want to do with the ball, rather than what do you want to do with your arms so that the ball flies in a certain way. And that's not the right way. That's not how we play. We simply manipulate the ball and then release, so that we are very comfortable when we're playing tennis.